All right, today we're going to be jumping back into the Bitcoin price action, and it is a good day for the bulls because we have, in fact, made it back over the volume levels that were so crucial to hold, confirming this regular RSI bullish divergence on the daily time frame. Getting back within the range after sweeping the liquidity to the downside is a really good thing to see for continuation higher. But we are certainly not out of the woods, and we are coming into some resistance right now on the charts. Definitely not time to FOMO long on leverage because this retrace was to be expected even in the most bearish scenario where we do roll over. So we want to be staying cautious. We still have some more volume levels above us. We got this previous sweep level, the 200-day EMA coming in here as well that we are coming into right now on price. So we got some resistance on the immediate term. If we do look at our shorter term time frame, divs within here on the RSI, we do still have that hidden bearish divergence, right? Lower highs here, higher highs on the RSI. I will say this looks like it's about to break though because, these candles are about to close a higher high than we did have back on July 4th where we did test those volume levels. And I would assume, we get through that and go ahead and tap these single prints, which are sitting right above that level. And that's kind of my big level to watch for. We have this volume level right here, as well as this could be a sweep level for sure into those imbalances. So watch out for a swing failure there. If we do come up here and fail this level, getting back under these volume levels, that's something that could be kind of a warning sign to us. And even right now within this candle, we are testing this sweep level, from back here, that low that we have not been able to reclaim. So this could reject just immediately right here, right now. So we'll be watching this on the charts as it does play out here. We got 53 minutes on this candle. If you are to close down here lower, that would be a sweep of these highs. It would be a bearish structure, but so far, so good in the medium term. We're seeing a lot of buying pressure pushing up here. Definitely expect to kind of get up there into those single prints is what those imbalances also represent within this candle up here. So yeah, as I've been saying, we got single prints to grab to the upsides. You even see, sellers stepping in here as well, just above the single prints. Two pretty big sell walls in the order books on Binance, looking to suppress price at that level. So definitely big to be watching out for that kind of 59.1 to 59.9 up in there. Let's see if we can actually reclaim this, get back above the VWAP here. If we look at the hourly time frame VWAP, that volume weighted average price is coming in within these single prints as well. If I can actually get rid of that, you can see here. So really want to see if we can kind of reclaim this, get back on top of that 59.5 level before I could be confident the low is in. All right, let's get above these volume levels. Let's confirm this stuff into support until we get, this back test, or at least, the clear confirmation of getting through these levels. Still have resistance above us. I'm still kind of being cautious right here. We do have CME being closed, so this move to the upside during the weekend is going to make a gap between these prices. Wherever candles do close going into Monday, you're going to have this gap in here. Good thing is that a back test of this level would not be bearish. That would make a lot of sense if we do come up, fill these single prints and reject. That's not the end of the world. We could just do something like that because we didn't really back test these volume levels. We kind of just ripped up through them with vectors. So retracing into those vectors after, swinging up into single prints just to take out some of those late longers makes a lot of sense. But as you guys can probably guess, going based on my recent videos, I'm still a team bull. I still fully expect to get up to at least these liquidity levels at 64.5. That's going to be the big level for me to watch, and if we can get through that, then my target is certainly going to be all-time highs here on Bitcoin. I think this is still a big possibility, and this is where retail will get wrong-footed because they sold down here, they will buy back up here, and this is where we could potentially finish off the left translated cycle. That has been my thesis for quite some time. I did not just jump on the bandwagon of a left translated cycle on that early onset break of all-time highs. No, I've actually been calling for this since the beginning of my YouTube channel, and before I even started the YouTube channel, when I was investing back in the depths of the bear market just based on what interest rates were doing. Looking at our order flow to see what's kind of happening there. Starting off with the low down here, we see open interest is also pretty low. We made that low on a squeeze of open interest. This was a lot of longs closing in here after all of the longs had tried to open within this area here. So clearly the market did not want all of these longs to stay in the market. We had to squeeze them out first. and then after all those positions were squeezed, we were coming up here without a lot of longers piling in, and we actually see at the tops here a lot of shorts piling in. A lot of shorts got trapped up here. Expecting another move down, we see open interest coming up here pretty steep with CVD dropping, and this spike in open interest marked the low for Bitcoin. A continuation on higher lows proved that the squeeze was going to happen. We went ahead, continued to squeeze them. We have been squeezing these shorts continuously throughout this price action, and we haven't seen a huge drop in open interest, but certainly have squeezed a lot of those shorts. So you could make the argument that this is not bullish continuation, and that we are due for a bit of a correction to find more buyers to step in here. It makes sense to come down, sweep these lows, grab the single prints before continuation here on Binance. Let's see if we can actually get more than just a short squeeze going on here, which we do actually see though over on Bybit. So if we look at the Bybit USDT contracts, we can see a similar thing here at the lows. A lot of longs just kind of capitulating there. And then back up here at the highs, they are opening shorts once again. So they also get trapped shorting. But what you notice here is that instead of a short squeeze throughout this move, there are actually longs overpowering the shorts, showing bullish continuation. This is what you want to see. You want to see trapped shorts, so squeezing of those shorts up higher, but also continuation from longs, continuing to show that buying pressure. But once again, pullback here could make sense because we do have a lot of longs kind of FOMOing into the highs here. You do see longs opening within here after making single prints sweep level. So let's see if we can just kind of grab those late longers real quick before a continuation higher. But overall, nothing too noteworthy when it does come to our order flow. Not seeing any big divergences like shorts opening throughout this uptrend or anything like that. So nothing super bullish, nothing super bearish, but just showing you guys so you can get a grasp of kind of what is happening in our order flow for the different exchanges and how that all works. Over here on Exo charts, we're looking at the Bybit Bitcoin USD pair this time, and I want to look here at the CVD on our footprints. So you can see here at the very bottom, this is showing the cumulative volume delta of longs versus shorts in the markets. We see a lot of bottom shorters. This pair on Bybit would be considered more retail. They're not really timing the markets the best. You can see on each of these lows, heavy selling going on this pair, whereas on the highs, we do see them opening up into long positions on our footprint bar statistics at the very bottom here. And we do see currently on price action, they are opening up into more long positions up here at the highs. And not only is it the highs on price action, but they're FOMOing in at the highs of the candles. We can see here a bunch of $1 million buy-in balances at the top of the wicks within here, just getting absorbed by price. You can see 5.7 million positive delta here, negative 1.5 million, 4.4 million positive delta on this next candle. You would expect this candle right here to be closing higher because there are more buyers, but instead we see a drop on price because the absorption going on and the fact that these guys are top longing and just getting squeezed down, but they're also bottom shorting. So clearly they're not on the right side of the market, and what we want to look at is the overall time frame here, and we can see, with the positive CVDs, with the more longs going into the market right here, we would kind of expect at least a short-term pullback. Not to say that we are super bearish and we're going to go, make new lows. That's not a guarantee or anything like that. But certainly, you could expect a pullback after this pair has been buying up these highs into this previous sweep level we had on the charts. We had talked about this hourly candle earlier, and certainly has turned into a wick, turned into that sweep structure of these previous highs. This is something I had just warned about and why you shouldn't be FOMOing long right now. And we do see, that sweep structure kind of playing out here. Could expect a pullback to go retest some of these lower volume levels, at least sweep these lows that I had talked about over on Trading Light. Could see really any one of these scenarios playing out within here, would still be very bullish, or this could just fully roll over here. So definitely time to stay vigilant in the markets. We do see, bearish divergences in here as well in the short-term time frame. I think we got a 30-minute bearish divergence coming in there. But like I said, I do expect we go up higher here. I think there's more shorts to squeeze. There's more liquidity to grab. And what I'm seeing in the markets right now is actually fairly bullish, especially outside of Bitcoin. And that is, of course, the altcoin market. Looking at Bitcoin dominance, we see a massive dump over here on the hourly time frame, just a continuation down after this sweep of kind of the highs within here. Very much a bearish structure, and yeah, I kind of do expect the altcoin market to kind of continue up, the Bitcoin dominance to continue to fall, assuming we do get a move higher here. If we do get the Wyckoff upthrust after distribution on Bitcoin, like I'm hoping for, we should see the altcoin market hunt all the way down back within this previous trend and have a bit of an altcoin season, but we are still making higher lows within here. This could easily just continue the parabola up, assuming Bitcoin does dump down like is possible. So once again, nothing's guaranteed, but when we do look at the altcoin market itself, you see Total 3 has very much so reclaimed this low, looking very similar on a weekly time frame to this fractal of last cycle on a daily time frame. So if we go ahead and look at this on the daily time frame from last cycle, where I kind of drew this stuff out in my last video, I will go ahead and quickly rehash this for you guys. First wick low here during the uptrend, sweep of that low on your first pullback. We then go ahead, chop for a while, sweep of both of the lows coming down here, much more violent this time, right? We come down lower here on that sweep structure before a reclaim and massive continuation higher, kicking off the entire altcoin season of last cycle. Do I expect this to happen right here? I'm gonna have to say not necessarily, due to federal interest rates right now. I don't really think we're gonna see this big of a rally, although I'm not gonna rule it out of the equation at all. The structure does look similar on a weekly time frame. All right, this is not fractaling on the same time frame, but on the week's candles it does look very, very similar. Wick low on the uptrend, sweep of that wick low, then sideways chop, come down, sweep both of the lows on a much bigger wick before the potential continuation up higher into potentially price discovery, but I'm going to be more conservative here and say this is our range to be expecting here on the altcoin market. These are certainly some of my targets that I will be looking to potentially take some profits if we are seeing sentiment resume into the markets. That is very euphoric, especially around that Ethereum ETF. And this is actually not my first target. The first thing I want to see is this macro value area low. Can we flip this into support? Because this could just be bearish backtest, roll, and then the market is done for. So still being very conservative here, watching carefully, but if we can flip this into support, certainly going to be expecting a new all-time high. And if we can start backtesting this stuff into support, I will be open to the idea of a true super cycle and a repetition of what we saw after fractaling this last cycle on the daily time frame. So yeah, just to recap, expect a small pullback here. This is a bearish structure, bearish sweep structure into previous sweep level. We just want to make sure we can hold these volume levels within here. This level right here is a previous value area high that we discussed from this uptrend. And if we do pull a fixed range, let me get you guys a new value area high to be watching out for. That is going to come in right at this level, and now we have a point of control within here. The cliff of this point of control is right there as well. So yeah, a lot of volume confluence within this range here. So this right here looks like the box we're going to want to hold for a continuation higher, and I do kind of expect it to hold with what the altcoins are showing me and how the sentiment has flipped bearish. A lot of shorts to get squeezed right now, so let's see if we can get the continuation up higher, squeezing all the way up here to 64.5. Good chance we even go to all-time highs up here at 76K, and to potentially go in even higher in a super cycle scenario where the altcoin market will fractal something like it did back in 2020, just this time on a much wider time frame. So good day for the bulls, more confirmation that the low is potentially in, but let's make sure to stay vigilant in the markets and not be getting over exuberant here. And if you do have any questions about anything I talked about, or just want to join the community for this channel, make sure to join my Discord. Links in the description down below. And also don't forget, you will find a sign up and event link for BingX if you are interested in getting a lot of cool rewards, deposit bonuses, that sort of thing. Make sure to go check that out down below. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.